right, guys, so we did 1 through 9 together on your study guide. So hopefully you all finished the rest of it on your own, and you're simply watching this video to check your answers. If you haven't done it on your own, don't watch this video yet. Go do it on your own first and then come back and check your answers. All right, so number 10 is asking about Max. He basically, it sounds like he's on a unicycle. Do y'all know what a unicycle is? Here's a good looking tire with a pedal and one seat. Ooh, I am such an artist. It's almost painful how creative and artistic I am. So basically, every time a tire rolls around 1 revolution, it will move as far as the diameter. Does that make sense? So if you're on a unicycle and the tire turns 1 time, that means you're moving forward the same distance as the distance around that tire. So let me move this so I can see the math problem. So basically, it wants to know what distance will Max travel if his bicycle completes 16 revolutions. So basically what we want to know is the circumference of his, we got to use the circumference formula to see how wide or what's the distance around his tire. So my formula is circumference equals pi times diameter. So it doesn't give me the diameter, but it gives me the radius. So what's the relationship between radius and diameter? The radius is half the diameter. So if the radius is 2.5, what is the diameter? It's 5. So we're going to replace 3.14 for pi. And we're going to multiply 3.14 times 5. The diameter is 5. And we just use our calculator. So 3.14 times 5 is 15.5. So 1 revolution would be 15.5 feet. However, we're going 16 revolutions. So I simply multiply my circumference by 16. I'm going to use my calculator. And I get 251.2 feet. So if Max is, if that wheel turns 16 times, he will have traveled 251.2 feet. Okie doke. All right, number 11 is a trapezoid. So our formula for a trapezoid is area equals half the height times the sum of the bases. So the 2 bases of a trapezoid is always our parallel line. So which 2 sides are parallel? The top and bottom. So these 2 are our bases. So we're going to say 3.4 plus 5. And then we multiply the sum of our bases by half the height. So our height is 2.9 divided by 2. So I'm going to do that first. 2.9 divided by 2. And now I'm going to multiply that times 3.4 plus 5. And my final answer is 12.18 inches squared. All right, so if you have this formula right here, it tells you exactly what to do. Add your bases, multiply that by half the height. Number 12, use the picture to answer the following questions. The measure of angle A is 40 degrees. So right here we have I wish I could write well. 40-degree angle. Letter A is 40 degrees. All right, so one thing I do know is that vertical angles are congruent. So if 40 is A, the vertical angle is D. So if A is 40 degrees, angle D is 40 degrees. And it says to use math vocabulary to explain. So I would say angle A and angle D are vertical. So now how do I figure out what angle B and C are? Well, let me change colors. I know that between A and B, together they form this straight line. right? And so together, A and B must equal 180 because the sum, the straight angles or straight lines are always 180 degrees. So to get B, I'm going to say 180 minus 40 is 140. So angle B is 140. And how do I know what's my math vocabulary? I could say angle A and angle B are supplementary. And then B, if B is 140, that means C is 140. And what would my vocabulary be? I would say angle B and angle C are vertical. Or of course, there's different answers for those. I could use other vocabulary terms as well. Number 13, Anna has a rectangular carpet in her room. So it looks like the 10 by 18 is the rectangular carpet. She wants to put a circular table in the middle of her carpet. The width of the carpet is 10 by 18. The radius of the table is 4. Calculate how much of the carpet is left after putting the table in place. So we want to know what the only the area of the blue section is without the white section. So we're going to start with the area of the whole rectangle. So if I multiply 18 times 8, I know that the area of the rectangle is 180 feet squared. However, I have to subtract away the area of the circle. So area of circle is pi times radius squared. It tells me to use 3.14 for pi. And I'm going to multiply that times my radius squared. So 4 is my radius because I'm seeing half a circle. So I'm just going to put that directly in my calculator. 3.14 times 4 squared is 50.24. So now, and that is feet squared. So now it wants to know what is this rest of this area over here. So basically we're going to take 150 or 180, we're going to subtract from it 50.24. I'm going to do that right in my calculator. And the answer is 129.76 squared feet. That is the blue section only, the blue section that's showing. All right, guys, just checking my answer. Yep, I agree with myself. And then finally, number 14, I think that's the last one, isn't it? Yep. Find the missing angle measure. So what is these two angles together? They are complementary, right? Complementary, which means together they equal 90 degrees. So basically I'm going to take 90 and from it, I'm going to subtract 54.6. I'm going to make that a 10, bring down my decimal. This becomes a 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. This becomes an 8. So 35.4. 35.4 meters is the right answer. All right, you guys, I hope you did well on those. So for Wednesday, you have to check these answers. And then Thursday, you can meet with me if you need to, if you have questions or concerns from anything you did on the study guide. If you don't need to meet, that's fine. If you do, great. And then you can either take your test on Thursday or Friday. It's up to you this week. So if I don't see you guys again for math, I hope you have a great rest of the week and a wonderful weekend. Do great on your test. No cheating. Do your very best. And I will see you guys next week.